Were the black people common in ancient Rome? Were they equal among Roman population? Are there any specific examples about people of African descent? For these, and many more topics I would like to discuss in this video. But before, I have to explain the term which is commonly misconcepted and about ancient black people. Namely, how the black people were called and who were the Ethiops? Answering the question, this is the inhabited world according to Herodotus, Greek historian and geographer. As you can see, Libya is imagined as extending no further south than the Horn of Africa, terminating in the uninhabitable desert. All peoples inhabiting the southernmost fringes of the inhabitable world are known as Ethiopians. At the extreme southeast of the continent are the Macrobians. In the first term, Ethiopians means just dark skin. We cannot identify this with nationality but with color of skin, and in this video I will use this term in this meaning, like the most of ancient Romans did too. Of course, this name for the entire race did not come from nowhere. There was a powerful and influential ancient kingdom of Aksum, located above the Horn of Africa, which inhabitants were, yes, called Ethiopians, and therefore the whole black population of Africa was called after them. And you want distinct video about the kingdom of Aksum, let me know in the comments. But let's get back to present topic. If we know how the black-skinned people were called back then, we can start divagations about how common these people were in ancient Rome. Ancient Romans, who had under their control huge tracts of land, certainly had to deal with the black population on a daily basis. Interestingly, the ratio of the white to the black race was not always beneficial only for the former. According to the fathers of the church, Jerome and Sophronius of Jerusalem, at the end of the 4th century CE, Caucasus was called the Second Ethiopia due to the overwhelming number of black people. The proof of the fact that the black inhabitants lived in Rome is evidenced by the event of 61 CE when the Roman Emperor Nero organized an amphitheater spectacle of hunting Ethiopian hunters. There are also direct examples of black people. It is possible that a slave of Cicero had black skin, Marcus Tullius Tiro, who was liberated for good service. He was a friend and secretary of a well-known speaker, and also the author of his Unseen. What is worth mentioning is that black people were not slaves and servants in the Roman world. Some of them became writers, chiefs, and philosophers, and according to the Byzantine chronicler John Malalas, even Emperor Septimius Severus had dark skin. Though it does not seem to be black, he sooner had a Berber origin and was the first emperor from Africa. He was born in Libya. As for the slaves, even the blacks were liberated and became prominent citizens of Rome. Another famous figure from the Roman world, which was of African origin, was Lucius Quietus. He was a Roman officer and legate of Judea in 117 CE who was of Moroccan origin and was the son of a tribal chief. Lucius' father and his warriors supported the Roman legions in their efforts to pacify the Roman province Tingitana Mauritania during the Aedeman revolt in the 40s of the 1st century CE. Being a useful ally in that area, he was honored with the award of Roman citizenship. Lucius served as an auxiliary officer in a Roman cavalry, recruited from free Moorish tribes. In time, he became a senator and became the legate of Judea. Many Romans of African descent, like Quietus, reached the high levels of their military career and were stationed away from their home sites. Many officers and soldiers served, for example, in the 3rd century CE next to Hadrian's Wall. A certain inscription proves that the auxiliary unit Numerus Marorum Aurelianorum served in Abilava, today's Bergbysans in England. The unit was completely recruited from the Mauritanian population. Excavations from the period 1951 to 1959 prove that among the exhumed skeletons in Britain, some were of African origin. What is worth emphasizing is the aforementioned Emperor Septimius Severus, who legalized marriages between soldiers and local women. In this way, children from mixed couples were born. Historian Anthony Burley, in his book Septimius Severus, the African Emperor, explains that between 193 and 211 CE the Roman Empire was a multicultural mix of people from Syria, Germania, Britain, Spain, and Africa. In addition, he claims that at that time 8 men of African origin commanded Roman legions in the north, and others were equites. Summing up, the Roman were neither racist nor stereotyped towards black people. For this reason we can draw a conclusion that in Roman Empire most important was status of a man, no his race or origin. I think this topic interested you in my work. If yes, consider leaving a feedback as well as ideas for the next videos. This was History Revamped. Amen.